if you check on this one, normally from our past experience, they don't even give you this source documents. But for me, I like where they give me the source documents. Why do I like that? Is because if I don't understand the transactions, I can go to the source documents, and the source documents can give me a hint of where to
Yeah.
go. Can you see now? So I like the fact that they give us the source documents on top of the transaction that they gave us. And again, you can save time. Can you see? Because if, let's say, one source document goes to the specific book, you don't have to waste time. You just have to make sure that whenever you see that source document, you quickly go to that book. For example, all the transactions with OIN will all go to the same book. Can you see I'm saving time?
Oh, okay, I see. Because I think it was with the test two.
Yes.
After we wrote the test, everyone is saying as soon as they saw the source document numbers, then they knew, oh, okay, this is this and this is that. So I was confused. I was like, I just read the description, and then I started thinking, okay, if they're saying from petty cash, that means I'm gonna put that account into the petty cash uh, journal.
Yes. So I think with the source document, like for example, if you see like just check the transaction on the second, the source document is PCV. Your first thing is
Yeah,
to know where do you put this one. If you can just get it correct and know where
yeah.
to take it, there's no need for you to read other transactions. Just go and check everything with the PCV, and you just go and populate in that journal. So that's how I like this kind of a question.
Oh, okay, yes, I see, sir.
Yes. Okay, we can just check here. Okay. Obviously, I think the information on top is very much important. I think you know by now. Obviously, you need to know your business because, or otherwise, you'll be confused. This is our business. The fact that we are vet vendors, obviously, you see now, that's very much important. And then the fact that you have got the markup. I think you know the importance of markup now.
Yes.
So, when you calculate cost of sales, do you use the method that we used in class, or do you have any other method that you're using?
When I'm calculating cost of sales.
Yeah, for calculating cost of sales, do you use our analysis, or do you, because some people prefer using decimals, or which is still okay. So which one do you feel comfortable with when you calculate cost of sales?
Yeah. So if I'm being honest, when I'm calculating cost of sales, how do you calculate
Yes.
cost? When you calculate cost of sales, how do you do it again? No, I'm forgetting.
Yeah.
I
And that's
shouldn't
okay,
do
it's okay.
this.
That's how we have for this lesson, can you see now? So we
Yeah.
need to make sure that we know how to analyze, because yes, there are various ways of calculating, but from my past experience, I think students like the one that we always use in class, the one that I'm going to put it down here. So we
Okay.
must use that formula of ours where we say, remember cost price.
Yes.
I'm just going to say cost price, for example, here, and I'm going to write markup. So, because I'm just saying from my past experience, this helps many students because if you use decimals at the end, yes, they can memorize, but you can forget. I don't want to forget. That's why I always try to use the same strategy that I use. Like, don't forget.
Yes,
So
sir.
the minute I see this, and I just gonna put it down. See now, remember this formula like this?
Oh, yes, 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 yes.
Yes. So again, remember it depends. As you can see here, they give us the markup. So when they give you the markup here, obviously you just have to quickly go and write it. So we know our markup is going to be how much? 50%.
50%.
Yeah. But the challenge is you must decide. Remember, there must always be 100 somewhere here. So you must decide where to put 100. But how will you know that is 100? So you must just check how is the markup there. So if you look at this markup, they said the markup is on cost. So where do you think I will put my 100? Because 100 must always be there.
You put it on, it's not selling price.
Selling price. Why? Yeah, what made you to say selling price? I'm not saying you are wrong, but what made you to say selling price?
Because that's when you're putting the markup, isn't it? You're gonna say so on the top, you're gonna say cost price equals what, 50%.
No, cost price is not 50. Okay, I get you. Nah, I get you. So what the way you are analyzing, you're analyzing as if they said 50% on selling price.
Cost.
They didn't say
Oh,
selling price.
yes.
They said on.
Cost.
So cost is the one that is going to claim 100. Can you see now? Look on what? So
Oh,
that on thing will tell you where to put 100.
okay.
Does that make sense?
So we're gonna be putting 100 on cost price.
Yes, cost is going to be 100 because they said on cost. But if they will say selling price, you're going to put 100 in line with what?
If they said on selling price, then I was gonna put
Yes.
the markup on, I mean the 100 on, what is this? It's not selling price.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you must just make sure that you understand this, because otherwise your calculations are going to be wrong. So the reason why I have this situation is because they said markup is on cost, so cost price is 100.
Yes.
Next time they'll say 50% on selling price. This 100 won't be there because they said on selling price. You must take this
That's
100 and put it here
yes.
and follow the formula. Remember, you must always follow the formula. The formula says cost price plus markup equals selling price. So that's why
Yeah.
if I
Okay.
put 100 here, I've got 50 here. The formula says this plus this. So I'm going to add this plus this to get what? 150.
The selling price, yes.
Yes. But what if 100 was here and here it was 50? How much would be the cost price if here it was 100?
Wouldn't the cost price, so if it was 100 on selling price and 50 on markup,
Yes.
wouldn't the cost price be what's this? So isn't you gonna say selling price minus markup?
Yes. Because I must always satisfy the formula. You are correct. This was supposed to be 50.
Yes.
Because examiners will choose any method that they want. So they will challenge you with that. So you must be careful when it comes to this. So immediately when you read the markup information, just analyze like this.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So in other words, in our calculation, this is what we are going to use. In future, it can change. You and I know why. It's because of this situation.
Yes, sir.
No problem. Okay. So that's what we analyzed. And then immediately what we do, we just have to go to the transactions. These are called transactions, you know by now. Okay.
So I just wanted to also ask, so let's say, so they always give the percentage of the markup, or would you have to find, let's say they say selling price 100 and then cost price 50? Would it ever be like
No,
that?
they will always give you, in this kind of a question, they must always give you the markup.
Markup. Okay.
Yes. Unless, if you remember from unit number 3, where we had those columns whereby they give you the markup. Sometimes they don't give you the markups. Remember those columns where they sometimes you calculate cost price, sometimes selling price, sometimes markup. So unless if they ask you in that format, they can ask you to find that markup. But in this case, they will always give you the markup to work with.
Okay, so
Yes. Okay. Are you okay so far?
yes, sir.
Yes. And thereafter, we need to identify. So, irrespective of the requirements, because when it comes to the exam, or any assessment, they will tell you to open specific journals. We know all in all there are 8, but just imagine if they assess you on all of 8, they can't. The exam is only 2 hours, and then 8, they won't even finish. So they will always choose whatever they want to choose. Can you see now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And then what they do, they normally remember when they give you the transactions, they just give you even transition that you don't need. Can you see now? So I know sometimes students just record everything and that affects their marks.
Yes, sir.
So identifying is very much important. So let's come here and check out of those 8 subsidiary journals, where will this go? For example, the first one, if you read the first one, you can see at least they gave us what? The source document, and they also gave us the description of the transaction. So for me, they gave us two things to help us to identify. If I don't understand this one, I will understand this one. So I can quickly go just to save time. PCV stands for what here, according to them?
Petty cash voucher.
So meaning I don't have to waste time. I know to which book am I gonna go and record this one.
Petty cash journal.
Petty cash. I'm just gonna write PCJ, and then I know I finished with that one. So PCJ already. Let's write PCJ like that.
Yes, sir.
So now to save time, I'm writing exam. Let's go. And again, remember, it's not all about exam. I'm just saying if they give it to you like this. So again, if let's say I don't understand the source document, I'm gonna go and read. Can you see already they told me that I paid out of what?
Maintenance from petty cash.
Yes. So now I'm sure, just to save time, I don't have to read anymore, but I can still come back and read. But just to save time quickly, I'm gonna go everywhere I find PCV. I record what? PCJ. Can you see now? I found the other
Yes,
one
sir.
here. I'm gonna just write what? PCJ.
J.
Just like that. So wherever we see that, we write PCJ. Let's see another one. Another one is this one.
On the 28th.
On the 28th, I just write PCJ like that.
The 29th.
29, the same thing. You see now? And then if I check, I don't have any other transactions. Can you see now? Can you see how
Yes,
if you are writing exam in this format, you are covered. You go to the next one and do the same thing.
yes, sir.
Yes. But I want us to both understand both situations. So now let's go and check the next one. The next one is on the 5th. You can see there on the 5th RT, and then RT stands for what? Receipts.
Renumbered duplicate receipts.
Yes, but okay. Let's say, for example, I don't understand the receipt, but I know already they gave me the hint. Where will I go if I only look at this source document?
You go to Cashbook receipts.
Cashbook receipt. But even if let's say I don't understand, if I read this transaction, it makes sense. Trading inventory sold for cash. When I sell for cash, I receive cash. It means I'm gonna go to the cashbook receipts. So
Cashbook
again here,
receipts.
I'm just gonna come here and say cashbook receipts.
CBR.
You know? CBR.
Yes.
CBR. So again, I don't have to waste time. Wherever I see RT, I'm gonna go to the CBR. Let's go and check another one on the next page.
On the
Do you
12th.
see any RT here?
Yes.
On the 12th. On the 12th, yes.
On the 21st. On the 22nd.
Yeah, the 22nd, 21st, 22nd.
And on the 30th.
On the 30th. You see now? How far are you now? Oh, just imagine how far. You are just eliminating.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay, let's go and check the one on the 7th.
It's so the what's this? The source document code. It says it's renumbered check counts of oils.
Yes. So where do we put a code check counterfoils from our past experience? If it doesn't make sense, we just have to go.
So on the description, I see it says paid rates and taxes. So wouldn't that be the cashbook payments?
You are correct. It's gonna be the cashbook payment. It's enough, just like that.
Yes, sir.
And again, I just have to go and look for any CC. Found money.
So it's the 7th, the 8th.
Yes. The 24th, ne?
The 20th. Yes, the 24th, the 26th,
Yes.
and the 27th.
You know. So I think we covered. I think we identified everything we wanted now. So now, what are we left with? We are left with recording.
Yes, sir.
Any question?
No, sir.
No, no problem. Now, so you can see the requirements here. See how many marks do they allocate for it for the Cashbook receipt. I'm not surprised. So
Because it's a lot.
we have to start with the Cashbook receipts, and here's the format that I gave you there, the one that we're gonna use. Okay, I'm just gonna ask. Okay, let's start with the Cashbook receipts. The first one where we said CBR is on which date?
The first one for CBR is on the 5th.
On the 5th. So we must start with the 5th. Yes, we can see on the 5th, we sold goods for cash for 40,000. And then obviously we said CBR. So I'm gonna need all this information.
So we're gonna start off on the document number
Yes.
RTO1.
RTO1. No, it's a little bit bigger. Let me just reduce the font. Make it 15. Yeah. So is it visible there?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. And the date is the 5th.
The 5th, yes.
Okay. What do you think will be recorded under details? And I like the fact that they give us the details for this one. You know that they giving us hints.
So will we be right? Is it Minty's wholesalers or?
Yes, it's going to be minty.
Okay.
So in future, if they did not give it to you in this format, where they said trading stock sold, they will tell you to whom did you sell. They should have said you sold to Minty. Can you see now? So
Oh,
Minty, yes.
okay, sir.
They will say to Minty, don't worry. But I like this one because already they give you a hint. They said details. Can you see now? You know what to use. Yeah. I'm just gonna say Minty W because of the space.
Yes.
Yeah, this folio, I think from past experience in this, it doesn't, they sometimes they don't even give it to you. So this format, I just came up with this format. That's why I have got this folio, but now it's not useful. Don't know about this folio. And for how much do you sell?
40,000.
40,000. Yeah. Remember from our past experience, I've been preaching about this. I think even some of the students are bored now because I always remind them, even though they remember. You always have to know which one is the main account. Which column do you think is the main account in this book?
It's not bank.
Is bank. Thank you so much. I'm gonna write main on top of what? Of bank. Just for me, just to know that is the main account. And if I may
Yes, sir.
ask you, what is the importance of knowing the main account?
Is it because most of all of the what's this the cash receipts are all gonna be the amounts?
Yes, that is one of the reasons. But the main one that I like is the fact that when all the amounts that I record here, they must include
Oh, fair.
VAT. So if I'm a VAT vendor, I come here. if let's say I'm selling, I must make sure that the selling price when I come here include VAT, because sometimes they say the amount is including VAT, sometimes they say the amount is excluding VAT. So that will help me, because if I've got a sale excluding VAT and I record it under bank, I'm wrong, because the rule says you need to include VAT as long as that item is VATable.
So every time I record on the bank's column, I have to include that.
You have to
Yes.
include VAT as long as that item that you are dealing with is VATable. Remember, there are other things that are not VATable.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, as long as you know that VAT is calculated, as long as you know that you've got VAT here. Remember, obviously, if it's VATable, you're going to have VAT here. So make sure
Yes.
that when you go there, that VAT is added to whatever amount that you have used. So if you take, for example, sales, let's say you record under sales, you make sure that you take sales, you add what? VAT before you go to the bank.
I'll provide. Oh, okay.
Or analysts,
So,
remember, I'm still going to talk about this, but I'm just saying, before you go to the bank, remember sales are VATable, you say sales plus output VAT, you go to the bank. If you only transfer sales, you're losing marks.
so I understand. So with sales, so before I can put the amount in bank,
Yes.
let's say sales plus output VAT,
Yes. Always
and
the case.
oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, remember, sometimes they give you the amount without VAT. What you do, let's say they give you the amount for sales without VAT. So that amount, okay, let me write this again. Remember, you only include VAT in the main column. So meaning the rest here, the rest of the
Yes,
other columns, you exclude what?
VAT.
VAT.
Okay.
I'm not even going to write. I'm just going to tell you now. You only
Yes.
include VAT in the main column. All the other columns, you must not include VAT.
Okay, sir.
Up to cost of sales there.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So you need to be careful, because examiners are very clever. Sometimes they give you the amount including VAT, sometimes they give you the amount excluding VAT. They want to check if you know where to record those amounts. But if you have got this information of knowing where to include VAT, you will know what to do. You will know where to exclude VAT and where to include VAT.
Include.
Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Let's check this one. We sold for what? For 40,000. Ne?
Yes, sir.
Is that, you must ask yourself a question. Is that 40,000 inclusive of VAT or excluding VAT?
It's inclusive because it was sold.
It's inclusive because, again, they said we are a VAT vendor. Even though they did not tell you that it's including VAT, you know that as a VAT vendor, when you sell, the amount must include VAT.
Yes.
Unless if they tell you that the amount is excluding VAT, you will say it's excluding VAT. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So now, because we know that this 40,000 is including VAT,
So I
where
think
will
I
I
know.
record that?
Sir.
Come again?
No, I'm saying I think I know what confuses me, because
Mm.
it's like when you like in real life, you when you're paying with when you sell something with through cash, right? You
Yes.
don't really put that.
You do. No, I think it depends if you are a registered VAT vendor or not. But as long as you
Oh,
are registered for VAT, ne? Like think about our
paying
canteen.
for
Ne? You know our
yes,
canteen. Ne? So
yes,
you go and buy chips.
yes,
Or maybe you buy, let's say, not, let me not say chips. Let's say you buy a cold drink there or energy
yes, sir.
drink. Already that amount that you paid, that 15 rands, is inclusive of VAT. Why? Because that
Oh,
business is registered for VAT and
for
SARS
that.
need that VAT.
Okay.
But remember, for you and I, because we're still developing businesses, sometimes we don't even qualify for VAT. Remember, you need to qualify to register for VAT.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, remember, we need to reach that 1 million
To qualify for
sales.
that, yeah.
Yeah, of which we must reach soon. We must strive for that. You see, we cannot avoid SARS and then we say we don't want to get 1 million. We must get to 1 million. So in other words, immediately when you reach million, it's more than 1 million. So you need to make sure that you register with VAT. It's like compulsory for you. And it's then that when you start selling, whatever you charge, let's say you go and charge your customers, let's say 5,000. That 5,000 is your money, but you need to increase it with VAT so that you can give SARS whatever belongs to them. Because if you forget to charge the customer, it means that amount that you are supposed to charge, it will be your responsibility from your own pocket to pay SARS.
Okay.
Yes. So
Understand, sir.
this 40,000, where do you think I must go and record?
So you first recorded it under bank.
Under bank, because it's including
VAT.
VAT. Can you see now?
Yes, sir.
So now, but remember there's a column before bank and they work hand in hand.
Okay.
This column. You know, this is very much important. Remember, this column is a supporting column to bank. They work together, but we need to understand how do we use this column. Remember, just to check if you still remember, but if you don't remember, it's okay. When do we use analysis? What is the main function? What is the main function of the analysis? When do we use it?
Is it just to show the payment went through? Or
Okay. It's like this. So this normally it is used to record transactions which took place on the same day.
okay.
Let me give you an example. Today is the 28th. Ne? You
Yes, sir.
transact, let's say, for example, you about 10 people buy from you today. Meaning you have got how many transactions? You've got 10 transactions. Let's say you are charging them 5,000 each. So meaning you have got how much? 50,000. 50,000. Because there were 10 of them. So what you normally do, you say, no, man, I can't go to the bank every time they pay me. I can only go to the bank and deposit how much? 50,000. Instead of going and recording 5,000 every time. You understand that?
Yes.
So this is the column that is used for those purposes. We only go to the bank after we received. So in other words, all the 5,000, let's say I received 5,000 from 5 people. So I'm going to have 5,000 here, and the analysis, how many 5,000? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I won't go to the bank. Ne?
Yes.
And then after the 5th one, I will underline, add them together. So in the bank here, I can only show 50,000. But here, you're not going to see anything.
Okay. Only at the last one.
Only the last one, which is the total of everything.
Yes.
Okay, that's the function of analysis.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but before you go to the bank, you must go to the analysis. Unless if they said someone, because some people don't pay us at the counter, they go and pay at the bank. Can you see now? If they pay at the bank, whatever is coming through the bank statement, you don't have to come to the analysis. You go straight to the bank.
The bank.
So everything that you see on the bank statement, it can either be a direct deposit. Can you see now?
Yes, sir.
Those things must go directly to the bank.
Bank.
Yes. But in this case, remember, yes.
No, yes, you can continue explaining, sir.
No problem. So now we know that we must come here and record 40,000 on the under analysis. And you and I understand why, okay?
Yes, sir.
Because I'm going to check if I can go to the bank or not. Can you see now? So what I normally do, I just check this if I can go to, okay, if you check at this on the 5th, is there any other transaction that will come to the this CBR on the 5th, or is this the only transaction?
This is the only transaction.
So to show that is the only transaction, I'm gonna just underline it. Even if you don't underline, but you won't be penalized. But normally I prefer people to underline because that's how it must be done. But sometimes students don't underline. Can you see now?
Okay.
And then you can take it to the bank. Can you see now? I only took it to the bank because it was the only transaction on that day. So if I had another transaction, I should have waited until, I think I need to show you that you wait and then you add them together. So I want you to I want to make sure that you understand this one.
Yes, but it makes sense with the underlining because isn't it you're showing that that's the only transaction for the 5th?
Yeah, for the 5th, yes.
Okay, so
No problem. But remember, we didn't finish.
yes,
Remember,
sir.
in accounting, from our past experience, we always have at least how many accounts? 2 accounts.
Yes.
We can have more. Can you see now? Already I recorded in one account called what? What is this?
Back
Bank. So where else do
to
you
main
think
account.
I'm going to record?
Will you not be recording in sales?
Yes, I must record in sales. Can you see now?
Yes, sir.
So the question is, can I record that 40,000 in the sales?
No, you'd have to what's this? Remove the VAT.
I like that. Perfect. Because remember, we can only put VAT in that column called bank.
Yes, sir.
But you and I know from our past experience, you can find sales first, but for me, I don't prefer to calculate sales first. I prefer to calculate VAT first because it's easy for me. You know what? It's because with VAT, I just have to decide whether I must use, remember, either I must use 15 over 100
So is it not
or
50
I must
or
use,
115?
again,
I'm asking, is it not 15 over 115?
yes, it will be 15 over 115 because, what is the reason? There must be a reason.
No, I was asking, is it not 15 over 115?
It is, you are correct. We need to understand why. That's why I wrote something at the bottom here.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Can you see now?
Yes, sir.
So this is very much important. That's why I prefer to start with VAT because I just have to make a decision here. Is amount including VAT or excluding VAT? So we know that this amount of 40,000 is including VAT. That's why we're going to say
Including
40,000 times 50 over 115. And how much do you get?
so it's 40,000. So I say times 15 over 115,
Yes.
which you get 5,217.39.
5,217.39.
39.
Remember, the question will tell you whether they need decimals or not. But for now, I'm just going to assume that they need what? The decimals, okay?
Yes.
Yes. Can you see, this is very much important. Because sometimes,
Yes.
I know students, when they see that they have to calculate VAT, they always say 15, and on the calculator, they say 15%. Can you see now? So when you
Yes,
say
sir.
15%, the calculator automatically takes which calculation? This one.
That top one.
Yeah, avoids pressing that sign for percentage. It's better for you to punch the way you see it. Can you see now? Because otherwise the
Yes,
answer is going to be wrong.
yes, sir.
Yes, no problem. Now we can find sales. How can we find sales?
Do you say 5,217.39 minus 40,000?
Yes, the difference.
That is 34,782.
782.
0.61.
0.61. Okay. Let's make it a bit smaller because it doesn't fit. I'm gonna make it a bit smaller. Let's see, so that it can fit. So I'm just trying to fit. I think you understand what I'm doing, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, because I think my columns are a bit smaller. Yeah. So that's how you should calculate that. So it must be like that. And then, can you see this one is excluding VAT? Like what we said before, if you take this one, VAT plus what? Sales, it must give you what?
Bank.
Yeah. So it's very much important to do that. Now, there's one more thing that students always forget. What column do you think we still have to record in?
Is it cost of no? Is it cost of sales?
Yes. Let me tell you something. The minute you see sales,
Yes.
and you have got a cost of sales here, you must make sure that every time you see sales, you calculate cost of sales, as long as you have got this column.
Yes, sir.
And I prefer to calculate cost of sales as the last thing to calculate. Why? Because it already I know that I'm gonna use sales to calculate cost of sales. So can you see? I prefer you to do this situation first, so that you can come back and use. You can only use 34,000 at the moment to calculate cost of sales. Because why do I say that? It's because most students use 40,000. You can't use 40,000 because 40,000 is including what? VAT. You
Okay.
use the amount excluding VAT when you calculate cost of sales.
Okay.
Can you see now?
So then that's when we go back to what you wrote earlier by saying cost price plus markup equals selling price. Selling price minus markup equals cost price.
That's true.
So now,
So meaning,
we'll be saying 34,782.61 minus 50%.
no, you
50
can't
over
minus now.
100.
No, you
50
can't
over
minus
100.
now.
Oh,
You just have to use it as it is. Let me go back to that. Let's see where I wrote it. You're talking about this one, eh?
yes.
Yeah, you just have to come here, and then that 34,000 selling price or cost price?
Is it not? Yeah. Is it 34,000? It's cost. It's not cost.
No, just checking. If you check that 34,000, remember we did record it. What is the amount for? We recorded under which column there?
Selling price.
Sales. Remember. So sales is the same
Sales.
as selling price. That's why I came in. I write it here. Can you see now?
Yes, sir.
And thereafter, I ask myself, what are we trying to calculate now?
The cost of sales.
I'm gonna go to the cost price and put the question mark. Remember, that's how we used to do that.
Oh, you're gonna go to cost price and put the question mark. Oh, because you're on. Oh, yes, 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 sir.
Remember, I'm trying to calculate. This is how we have been doing it in class. Remember, because I know this amount. This amount is for the selling price,
Selling
but I
price.
want to calculate what?
Cost price.
Cost price. So now I need to come up with the fraction. Remember, when we come with the fraction, we look at this percentage. So which one will be on top of which one?
Well, one is it? I swear I don't know.
Remember, okay, the question is, do you understand how I analyzed? Why did I put 34 here? Why did I put question mark there? Because I want you to understand first. Why? Because you need to know how to do this so that you don't question yourself when you do these things. So do you understand why did I put question mark on the cost price? Do you understand why did I put selling price 34,782 on the selling price?
No.
Okay. Firstly, why did I put question mark on the cost price? Is because I'm calculating cost price, cost of sales.
Yes.
If I was calculating the markup, this question mark will be in line with the markup. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
If I was calculating selling price, this question mark will be in line with the selling price. Are we together? I want you to understand
Yes.
this question mark thing first.
Yes, sir.
Question
I
mark means
understand.
what am I calculating? You and I know that I'm calculating cost of
Sales.
That's why I put question mark in line with the cost price. Remember, cost price is the same as cost of sales. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So why do I put 34,782 in line with the selling price? It's because that is the amount that I'm going to use to calculate cost of sales. So for me to calculate cost of sales, I'm going to use what?
Sales.
And the sales is how much?
34,782.
You understand why did I analyze like that?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Remember, this calculation won't only help you with this section. Remember, even with learning unit number 3, you must know this. Remember, when they ask you to calculate the markups and everything, you use this thing.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So that's why I had to do that. Okay. Immediately after doing that, I must start calculating. But I can't calculate because I need to come with the fraction. But when I look at the fraction, I only look at the percentages that I'm put here. Can you see I've got 100, I've got 50, I've got 150.
Yes, yes, sir.
Can you see now? I must decide out of 100, 50 and 150, which one must I put on top for my fraction?
It'll be the 50.
Remember, you put something on top because you are calculating it. Are we calculating markup?
Oh, no, no.
What are we calculating?
It was calculating selling price, so it would be 50 over 1. I mean, it's going to be 150 over 50.
We're not calculating selling price because we know the selling price.
So will it not be 100 over 50?
100 is the one that I'm going to put on top. Can you see? I want
On
you to
top,
get this.
yes.
Wherever
Yes,
you put question mark is where you put it on top.
on top. Okay.
So I must divide by
50.
No. You only
Oh,
divide by the
by
one that
150.
you know. By
Yes,
150.
by 150. Yes.
Okay. So make sure that you don't make mistake when it comes to that, because the minute you made a mistake, it's going to affect your answer. So this is how I'm going to have my calculation. This is how is my calculation here. Can you see?
Okay.
100 is because question mark is in line with 100. If question mark was here on 50, I was supposed to put 50. Can you see now? So question mark
Yes.
will always help you what to put on top. And where you put the amount, you're going to use that as your bottom.
Okay.
Always do that. And thereafter, can you see, is then that you multiply. You only use this amount here to multiply. Don't use it here. Here we only use this part. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
So how much did you get?
100 over
Let me just trying to
150
copy this.
times 34. Got 23,188.40.
23,100
88.
yes, point
0.40.
40. Now, just like that. But remember, it's a process, don't worry. So these things are not easy. I don't want to lie and say they're easy. Even for me, when I did these things a long time ago, they were challenging me. So, but I'm trying to make sure that at least I simplify everything. So understand that one. Any
Yes, sir.
question on that one? On this one? Can you see how are they related? Can you see there's too much admin here?
Yes.
You must just know what to do, otherwise you'll be confused. That's why I want you to follow the process, follow the procedure. Don't go there and there. Where know where to start. You and I started here 40, 40. We came to vet, we came to sales, and the last thing
This
was
is
cost of sale.
cost of sale, yes.
Yes. Can we try another one?
Yes, sir. The next one is
Okay.
on the 12th.
The next one is on the 12th. Yes, I agree with you. On the 12th there, we said CBR. Remember, we're recording only in the CBR for now. Okay.
Yes.
Just go back there. It's RT 03, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it's RT 02.
And you said it was on the
The 12th.
12th. At the 12th. And then who is the guy?
Johnson Stores.
Johnson Stores. I'm just gonna say Johnson S because of space. Johnson. Okay. We sold goods
For
for
8,000.
8,000. This one I'm just gonna give it to you, and then I'm only gonna interfere only when it doesn't make sense. So just tell me what you think. How am I gonna record that?
So, just like you said before, we're going to record the 8,000 on the analysis of receipts.
8,000. Yeah. Thank you so much.
It's the only transaction that has happened on the 12th. So we're
Okay.
going to underline.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
This is the amount which includes the VAT, so it's going to go under a bank.
Okay.
So now we just calculate the output VAT.
Yes.
So that is going to be 8,000 times 15 over 115,
Perfect.
which gives us the value of 1,043.47.
Yes. Okay.
And then we say 8,000 minus 1,043.
Yes.
Which gives us the answer of 6,956.53.
53. Not bad. I'm impressed.
And then we have to find the amount of the cost the cost of sales.
Yes.
So what we'll be doing is, since we already have the amount of the selling price, we're gonna use the sales amount, which is the 6,956.53. Then we'll say 100 over 150 times 6,956.53.
Yes.
which gives us the amount of 4,637.68.
4,600.
37.68.
Yes. I'm telling you, if you don't forget this, that's how it goes.
Yes, sir.
That's how it goes. Not bad so far. So that's how it goes. So that was the one on the 12th.
Yes, sir.
Yes. The next one?
The next one is on the 21st.
On the 21st, RT03.
RT03.
21st.
The details is Planterville.
And fill. What should be?
Yeah.
I think let's see. Planville on the 21st. Yes, we received a payment because we offered a service.
Yes.
Again, for 6,000, I'm just going to give it to you and then you try. If it doesn't make sense, I will intervene. So tell me what you think about that 6,000. Where must I record that?
So they're saying received payment for services rendered. So they didn't say anything about receiving it in cash and it being direct. So it seems to be in bank.
Yeah, but can I go to bank directly? Is it direct?
Yes.
Where did they say that?
Oh, they didn't say it.
Yeah. So I can't go directly to the bank. I need
So
to
we
follow
start,
the same procedure.
yes, so we start at analysis of receipts.
Yes.
It's the only uh, transaction for the 21st.
Okay.
And then we put the 6,000 under bank.
Okay.
And then that 6,000 is already including VAT. So we say 6,000 times 15 over 115, which gives us the value of 702.60. That is for output VAT.
Okay.
Then we say 782.60 minus, I mean, yeah, no, 6,000 minus 782.60,
Yes.
which gives us the value of 5,217.4 under sales.
Is that a sale?
Oh no, it's not a sale because it's a
Yes.
service that's rendered.
Yes. We only say sales if we sold stock. Remember, if we sold goods,
Yes.
trading stock. So this
Yes.
one is a services rendered. So do I have any column for services rendered here?
No. Is this where you
So
put
what?
the what's this transaction under sundry account?
I like that. So that amount that you just gave me will go to sundry. You said it's how much? 5,000
5,217.4.
and four. I like that. So you said that is And then under details, you write what? Services?
rendered.
Perfect. That's like, you know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And then just to be careful, because I know most people, they always calculate cost of sales. You only calculate cost of sales when you see sales. Ne?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's why we don't have cost of sales. So this one is correct like that. So as long as it makes sense, let's continue, but you can ask a question if you still have
So for output valid 782.
752
No, 82.60.
or 782. Okay. Thank you for that. Okay.
The next transaction,
Yes.
the next transaction that took place was on the 22nd, and RTO for
Actual for 22nd.
by M.Fresh.
M.Fresh.
The owner made a capital contribution in cash to the business.
Okay. How will I record?
You will be putting what's this 40,000 under analysis of receipts.
Okay, thank you. 40,000.
It is the only transaction on the 22nd.
Okay.
Then we will be putting the 40,000 also in the bank.
Okay.
And then we will be saying what's this? Because 40,000 has it's including that. So then we'll be saying 40,000 times 15 over 115, which is going to give us the answer of 5,217.39 on output.
Okay. Before you go there,
Yes.
is capital vertible?
Oh no, because you're putting the amount straight into the company's account.
Yes. Remember, capital in the form of cash. You can write it down for the future reference. Capital in the form of cash is not vertible.
Capital.
Yes. So as long as it's cash, but it's not like it's not very, in future you can have capital in the form of other things like equipment, things like that. It's then that you must check possibility of VAT. Okay. But
Sorry,
as
so
long
please repeat that.
I'm saying capital in the form of cash is not vertible.
Yes.
But remember, next time you can have capital in the form of tangible items like buildings, like equipment, furniture, vehicles. Is then that you can check because sometimes they're vertible in that case. Are we together? But as long as you see capital under this
Yeah.
Cashbook receipts, never,
So,
because it's cash. You'll never ever have what? VAT. Can you hear me? Hello, Wandile, can you still hear me? I think I lost you. Hello, Wandile. One delay. Hello, 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 delay. I think on my side everything is okay. I think you can just maybe log off and log on again. Okay, I'll just wait for you. I can see that you logged off now. So yeah. So let's just wait a bit. Can you now hear me?
Hello, sir.
Hello, hello. I just lost you a bit.
Yeah, it's my Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I need to system wise, and we are used to this kind of thing.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So okay, where do you think I can take this further now? Where else must we record?
The 40,000 stuff. So I'm thinking, would we put this 40,000 under the sundry?
I agree.
Okay.
40,000 and the sundry there. The details will be
Is it capital contribution?
capital.
Oh, I just write capital.
Yeah, just write capital.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Yes.
So every
Okay, so
time
far.
yes, so every time capital is in the form of cash, it goes it goes from the analysis of the receipts to
Yes.
bank and then straight to sundry.
Yes. No VAT.
Okay, sir.
And then next time you must check, because next time they can challenge you, they say he paid directly to the bank. Ne?
Then that's when oh, okay, yes.
You will put zero under analysis, ne?
Yes, yes.
And you just put 40,000 under the bank.
And then also in sundry.
Yes.
Okay, sir.
No.
The next transaction that took place was on the 30th.
On the 30th. RT05.
Yes, yes, sir.
30th, and then they just said cash register on, eh?
Yes, sir.
So this one we can that is a source document. So for this one, what must we do? We just have to go and read the transaction. What did you do? We made what? Cash?
Cash sales according to the cash register.
Yes, you must either
27,000.
write the details will either be cash sales or sales. It's up to you. Because we don't know to whom did we sell. Okay?
Okay, sir.
But you must have the word, don't write cash only. You must have the word sales. It's either you write sales or you write cash sales.
Yes, sir.
Yes. It was for
27,000.
27,000. I think, yeah. This was this the one.
Inclusive of that.
27,000 here. And then they say it's including VAT, okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we would be putting the 27 under analysis of receipts.
Yes. 7,000.
Only the only transaction for the 30th. Yeah, for the 30th.
Okay.
And then we put the 27 under bank.
Yes.
So since they're saying cash sales according to the cash register, we will be taking the 27,000 and then calculating how much the output VAT will be,
Yes.
which is 27,000. So it will be 27,000 times 15 over 115, which gives us the amount of 3,521.73.
0.73.
Yes, 3,521.73. Now we'll be calculating the sales.
Yes.
So we'll be saying 20, I mean, or we'll be saying 27,000 minus 3,521, which gives us the value of 23,478.27.
27. Perfect. Is that all?
Just finish this. And then we can't wait. So just a question: will we be putting an amount under cost of sales because
Do
isn't
we
this
have, do
money
we have
from
sales?
no?
Do we have sales?
It's cash sale. Yes, yes.
The minute you have sale, like it or not, you need cost of sales.
Oh yes, 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 yes. So now for us to calculate uh cost of sales, we'll be saying 23,000. No. We'll be saying 100 over 150 times 23,478.27, which equals 15,652.18.
Yes. 0.80. Thank you.
And that's the last Cashbook receipt journal. I mean, Cashbook
Yes, that's the
receipts.
last.
Yes.
Yeah. So I like the fact that you can, as long as you can relate things, sales. Can you see for every sale, I've got cost of sales, sale, cost of sales, sale, cost of sales. So most
Yes, sir.
students, they calculate cost of sales everywhere. Let me just change this. This network is. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So yeah, so it's still I'm trying to shift this amount. Yeah. So as long as you remember that if you see sales, you must always have cost of sales. As long as they give
And
you the
then
column
so
for. Yeah.
and then so for Cashbook receipts, do we never use debtors journal? Debtors journal. I mean, debtors control, sorry.
No, we can only use debtors control if, let's say, a debtor paid you. Let's say you
Oh,
received cash from a debtor, they will tell you. So unfortunately, here we don't have a transaction.
okay, so
Yes. But they will tell you and say, okay, a debtor paid his account, or you receive an account from the debtor. So they will phrase it in different ways. So as long as you receive money from debtors, debtors are people who owe you money.
yes, sir.
You will record it. So
So
the
the
next thing
next,
that you need to do is to add, but because of time, I believe you can add. Or do
yes,
you want to
yes,
add?
we can add, so.
Okay.
So now, so where do we add? So what do we add? Do we add bank?
Yeah, we add from bank all the columns except analysis, ne?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So, okay. Yeah. The amount is 121,000.
121,000.
And then for sales, 3, 4. It is 65,217.41 for sales.
Sales, okay, just hold. 51,000.
65,217. Yes, sir.
500 then?
0.41. No, so it's 65,271.41.
271.1, thank you.
No, so it's 25,217.41.
Not 6525.
Yeah, so it's
25,000,
65.
eh?
No,
65.
65,217.41.
217. Is it correct like this?
Yes, sir.
Perfect, thank you so much.
Then output VAT 2.52. So that is 10,565.
155.
565. So it's 565.19.
Yes, point. And 19. Thank you.
So we also calculate the sundry account, right?
Yes.
That is 45,217.4.
Thank you. Yep.
And then cost of sales 3. So that is for cost of sales. It is for 43,478.26.
Yes. Point. Thank you so much. Not bad.
Then now, sir, so do we do any T accounts here?
They can ask you, even though for this exercise they didn't ask you, but they can ask you to transfer to the T accounts. Maybe they can ask you to open bank account, sales, output, debtors. They can ask you.
Okay.
Yes. So, but yeah, so they can ask you to do those things. So for now, what I can do, because we're still focusing on the general, so because you're busy recording the marks there. So maybe I don't know, even when we, okay, if it happens that we meet again, and then we can just say, okay, how do we transfer this information to, or maybe even before we go, we can maybe one of the examples. But for now, I don't know. Do you want us to focus on the ledger, or do you want us to focus on the other journals for this? Because this question is still has got two journals.
Yes, I think so. We can just finish this question.
Okay. Now remember, I advised you, even though you're not compelled to do that, but I remember every time we finish, we write the sides at the beginning, at the bottom there.
Sorry, sir, we write the what?
The sides, remember whether it's a debit or a credit at the bottom.
Oh,
Yes. So let's decide. Remember, we rely on the main account. So the main account is bank. So you must decide whether the bank is increasing here or decreasing. Do you think this amount increase the bank or decrease the bank?
they increased the bank.
So bank increase under which side, debit or credit?
Uh, Debit.
Debit. So what you do, just have to write debit under the bank, and all the other account, all the other columns will be the opposite. Remember,
Yes, sir. So,
as long as you can
sales output value.
master the, yes, everything is gonna be credit there, except cost of sales, because cost of sales must always be the same as the main account. Did you get what I said?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah. The cost of sales will always be the same as the main account, but others will always be the opposite. Check here, the main account is debit. I do the opposite for everything except cost of sales. They always go
Cost of
together.
sales, yes.
With what? Does that
With
make
the main
sense?
account. Yes, sir.
Yes. So I don't want you to memorize everything. So as long as you can master the main column, you will know that you do the opposite all the time. Not only for this book, for any other book. The main account, you decide
Yes,
on the main account, you do the opposite, but if you've got cost of sales only, will always be the same as what? The main account.
the main
Are we
account,
clear?
yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And make sure that this one is correct, because if you can put a credit here, can you see you're gonna put debit here? It's gonna be a mistake.
Yes, yes, sir.
So make sure that you master the main account. The reason why we said bank is debit is because we are receiving cash. This is the cash book receipt. So when you receive cash, you need to debit. Because again, you can see bank in the cash book payment. You won't write debit. Can you see what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So I want you to master that. So this was the cash book receipts, of which I think you, for me, according to my own assessment, I think you got something on it.
Yes, sir.
No problem. So our next channel is going to be our cash book payments.
Yes, sir.
No problem.
Uh, Cash